good evening everyone. This is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you've not subscribed to our channel, please help me hit the red button so you can get the news once we upload it. Alright, this evening I want to talk about this viral news of FCMB, MD, Adam Nuru, Mayor Thomas and Tunde Thomas. Now, if you've not heard about this disheartening story, I know it's gone viral. Everybody in Nigeria must have heard about it. But I don't want to start talking about the story. I want to analyze the story. I want us to really think deep about the story and what really happened here. So Tunde, who used to work in a Shenik Bank before, got married to his lovely wife, Mayor Ojo. And from what we can get, apparently the woman was sleeping, or it was alleged that she was sleeping with the MD, and that the MD fathered her 2 children, but she didn't let Tunde know. 78 years told that the 2 children were his. Something happened in 2017. She went to America and she refused to come back. And then when Tunde asked, she told Tunde, the children does not belong to him. And so this is where Tunde's ailment started, and that was how he became sick. You know, when we talk about this story, it's like a Nollywood script. I'm telling you, when I read this story, I was like, is this a Nollywood script? But no, it's not. It's real life. This is what people are alleging happened. Okay? A wife had the heart to, even though, let's say she was single and she was dating her MD, okay? So she got married. She still continued getting her MD. And she pinned 2 children on the poor man. And this continued. And finally, when she decided to go, she went on holiday and did not come back, and then called the man to say, oh, these children does not belong to you. They do not belong to you. I mean, what kind of a callous and wicked person, cold-hearted person is this woman? I was looking at her picture and I can't believe the script. It's like, no, I want somebody to tell me something else happened. I want someone to tell me there is more to this story than what we are reading. I've tried to research the story, and there's so many things I can say about this story that we as a society, we have failed. To be frank with you, I pull the problem on our society. Let's talk about banking industry. I wrote a book about the banking industry. How many people have even written books about what is happening in our banking industry? It's not today that we know that most female bankers are being abused, being molested, both by the staffs, the senior staff, and even the customers. And the customers are the public that are opening their mouths talking about bankers. How many of them come to you for targets? And you got demand sex. Let's even say that. Let's even say that this woman, she stupidly decided to sleep with her boss when she was single. How did it happen? It is grooming. You know, Nigerians, we don't talk about what is happening in our country. If it's what is happening in America, in UK, in what's it called? We will carry it in our head. Somebody today has gone for another interview in a bank. Somebody is being molested by their senior staff. Somebody is being harassed. Somebody is being cajoled. Somebody is being enticed. How many times have we seen this on the pages of the newspaper? How many times have we questioned the sacking of people in Nigeria, the sacking of bankers? How many times have we carried a placard or done a demonstration or done a protest about the illegal things that happen in the Nigerian banking industry? Of course, this is not new. Of course, people sleeping with MDs is not new. Of course, people insulting you because you're not meeting targets is not new. Of course, these things she's not just the only one. I worked in a bank and I've seen things happening. It's flaunted. You know, we all know the MD's girls. It's known. Everybody, you know, what baffles me is that The news alleged that FCMB staff knew about the relationship. And let me tell you something. When I was working in a bank, we knew who were MD's, babes. Is known. Is known. And this comes down to the morality of our society. Your child is working in a bank, but she's driving a Jeep. She can go on holiday anytime she wants, and you think it's just her banking money. Her lifestyle. Because if she's an MD's chick now, her car must be different. She'll be promoted. I'm asking, why is it that we allow these things to keep happening, and then after death we are talking about it? Somebody dies, then that's when we start talking, and then we start, doing social media crusade, DNA or not. How many DNAs are we going to do? We'll start with your own, and then we'll also start with your grandfather's own. Because these things, this putting a child on another man's head, it has always been in our society. She's not the first person. It has always been happening. I know of Igbo culture. It has always happened. I know I've done a video about DNA test. I've done a video about infidelity in marriages. But it's still happening. It's not just with the women. It's also with the men. If you're not respecting your marriage, a woman decided she's not going to respect her own marriage too. After all, you're doing the same thing. And then the baby comes. And of course, she wants to hide it from you. We are all to be blamed. As a society, we are all to be blamed. What she did is immoral. But as a society, we have failed as a society. The corporate organization have failed. The governing body, they have failed. The parenting, we have also failed. Because you cannot tell me that we don't know what is happening. Even we, all these men that are saying DNA test, how many bankers come to your office and you want to sleep with them? How many? Tell me. I see a lot of comments, people naming names, and this banker in this. Naming name is not, you are also part of the problem. You are also part of because you go after them. Let's even talk about the MD. Is he the only MD that does that? Don't we see them? Don't we know them? Don't we know the grooming that goes on in our banking industry? Not just in our banking. We're talking about the banking industry. It's not just in the banking industry. In all organizations in Nigeria, we know, because of poverty, because people want to be rich by all means. Now, someone is dead. We still need to hear her part of the story. What brought this? What actually happened? How did the society fail her? How did her parent fail her? What made her do what she had to do, or did what she did? Until we hear her part of the story, we don't have a closure. We still don't have a closure. And it baffles me that man did not talk about it by himself while he was alive. He protected his own dignity. He preserved his family home and his name. But he's dead, and someone now decides to talk about it. Don't you have respect for the dead? Don't you have respect for his wishes? We don't know what happened. To be frank, this man has gone to the grave with whatever that happened. We don't really know the story, because whatever the woman tells us now, we don't really know the story. Do you think FCMB, MD, that the FCMB that is doing the investigation, they're going to come us and tell us that, oh, the MD actually... No, all of them, all the senior management, some of them are involved in what is going on. There's a lot of grooming going on. Interviews are done in hotels and background. We know what is going on. We know what is going on. We're waiting for the investigation. What investigation are we waiting for? I'm so angry with this topic because it got me upset that I had to write a book about it. It actually got me so upset that I had to write a book about it. That people are not talking about the decay in organization. where an MD decides that he can sleep with anybody that is working for him. And then if the person speaks out, we call it you want it. No. Most of these MDs groom their staff. They start with talking about your mom, making you happy, telling you how you are, giving you compliments, making them to be a demigod or a father figure to you. And before you know it, the molestation comes, the abuse starts. This topic is something that we all should be talking about. We all should be asking that the abuse and molestation of both male and female, because it's not just the female, it's not just the female. Some married men are being abused by their boss. Some single men are being abused by their boss who are married. This thing is omnivorous in Nigeria. It is deeper than what you guys are talking about. It's even deeper than DNA. Which DNA? Nigeria. As if the DNA cannot be doctored. As if you cannot pay for DNA. Nigerian society? Give me a break. We talk as if we don't know where we live in or the country that we reside in. Let's reason things and look for the root cause. There should be a governing body that centers on etiquettes in our organization. There should be a governing body that should actually listen to the young girls who are being molested. People need to pay for molesting their staff. It should be illegal. But then, who make it illegal? When it comes across that every part of the society, they do it. A man at home molests his housewife or his housemaid. The woman molests the houseboy. Nothing happens in the society. The girl is made to abort. The politician molests their staff. They molest anybody. They sleep with anything, even students, people who are even underage. Nothing happens. This is deeper than DNA. This is about the decay in morality in Africa. This is my take on this story. I don't know what you guys think. I'm not supporting, there's no way in my message I've supported this woman. But what I'm saying is, this is deeper than DNA. This is about our society. I'm thinking that DNA is going to stop it. No, it's not. Because there's a lot of reasons why people do what this woman have done. Until we start looking at issues in a more, how will I put it now? In a more critical way. A man is impotent. A man is non-fertile, but he refused to go to the doctor for treatment. A man would tell you, I don't believe in IVF, but you are impotent. Your wife is 7 years, 10 years. She doesn't have a child. And your mother is abusing her. Your family is abusing her. She becomes desperate. I'm not saying that's what happens. That's what happened in this case. But what I'm saying is there are a lot of reasons. And we need to, first of all, tackle the reason. Let's listen to this woman. Let's call her. Let's find out what happened. Where did she go wrong? What brought about this behavior? Then we can now start the healing process. There's so much hurt. There's so much anger. That's all I can say is, until we amend our ways, the hurt continues. Tino doesn't stop it. Doesn't end anything. Thank you so much for listening. Drop your comment. God bless you.